We're going to explore some different types of water nail effects. And I'm going to go ahead, and she is due for a fill-in here. So we're going to do that first. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let's see. Let me get my gel that I want to use. And we're going to use our Kaizen in Apricot Blossom. That's what we'll use for our Biop color. And I'm going to go ahead and get her product removed. So let me switch my bit here. Going to grab Erica's bit. No, that's not it. Erica's bit. Here we go to remove our gel. Let's get our dust collector on. I'm going to get us zoomed in a hair. Okay, Jandy, whenever you're ready. All right. I'm going to get started, and you guys, if you have any questions, just pop in and ask away. Hello to everybody coming in. I've got my e-file on 14,000 RPMs just to remove product. Jandy, you let me know if I get out of frame. I'm not going to take down all the product because I can leave a lot of it. I'm just basically getting the coloring. We're going to shorten them a little bit. So we'll remove about 80% of what she's wearing on top so we can fill it in nicely. And I'm just removing the color. We figured since she had the fish on her other hand, her nail art, that we would go ahead and do some water designs. And we'll do them a little differently, so that way if there's one way that you like better, you'll have some options. As I get kind of close down to the back part of her nail and on the side walls, I'll just kind of skip this bit since it's a little bit harder of a bit, and we'll go to a slightly gentler bit to get up by those areas. It's almost summertime though, so I felt like this would be a great time to do the water nails too. They're always popular every summer, so. How are you? Hey, Melissa, I'm doing good.
Cobra King, do you do pose too?
I do. Yep, there's a lot of toe nail art on my page here. If you ever want to explore, we've got several lives that we did, and we'll probably be doing. It'll probably be a little bit before I do any more toe art because Jandy had Jandy, our model who subs in for the toe work. She had a little bit of a boo-boo on her toe. And so we're going to kind of hold off on nail art on her toe. But I'll probably show that if she allows me to. That way I can show you what's going on with her toe. Because it's something that I'm sure happens all the time. She must have dropped something on her toe, and it got kind of hurt pretty good. I'm going to turn my e-file up to 18,000 RPMs. Just because I feel like with this bit we can go a little faster. I think removing the nail art is always my least favorite thing to do. Probably it's everybody's. Just about.
Melissa is asking, what are the most popular nails that you have done this summer?
Oh my gosh. You know what? I love those fish nails that I did the last live. Those were a lot of fun. And I liked using my little airbrush. That was fun. We're going to use the airbrush more often too because I enjoyed that a lot. And I thought it made a beautiful ombre. So, why not? Let's get some of this dust out the way so we can see what we're doing. Always best when you can see. There we go. It's coming.
Melissa is a beginner nail artist, and I love using the airbrush. I just started learning how.
Isn't that fun, Melissa? I love it too. I just tried it like last live, but it was a blast. Or not the last live, the live before the last live. It was so much fun. I'll be using it more often for sure. I think for the longest time I didn't want to use it because I didn't want to risk inhaling anything. But you know, if you wear your mask and if you're not using it all the time, I feel like it's not an issue, really. It's a non-issue. Just make sure and give your client a mask too. That way no one's inhaling any kind of fumes, or not really fumes, any little flakes of dust. Not dust. Flakes of paint. I'm not very good at multitasking, so sometimes when I try to speak, when I'm doing stuff, I'll be talking about what I'm doing. Okay, let's get this down just a little more. All right. Let's see. I'm going to look thickness wise and see how much I want to remove. Probably not a lot thickness wise. Because we can always remove underneath the nail. Just evening it out a little bit, making it a little easier for myself. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go back and we are going to cut off some of this length. So I'm going to start here. And I'm just going to kind of put it in a round shape. We might change the shape, but just for now to make it easy. Okay. Whoop. I almost went too far. Okay. I feel like this one can be a little shorter. Okay.
What are some tips for a beginner nail artist?
Some tips. I think the biggest tip is always to steady yourself on something. Like you see me, I'm kind of balancing on her finger right here with my finger. But I also have my wrist resting on my device. But whether you're doing nail art or whether you're shaping the nail, keep yourself balanced. You want to make sure you've got control over everything. Now, sometimes you'll think you're balanced and you're not, or you think that you've got control over it real good and maybe you don't. But it's a good lesson, though, to learn. Okay, I'm going to get her dusted off. We're going to switch bits. Okay. Let's go in with my sanding band. You are welcome, but that's probably the biggest tip I can give. That and some good brushes. Get some nice brushes. Using like a little color palette also while you work is really helpful, I find. Okay, before I use that bit, I want to push her cuticles back. So let's do that real quick. We're not going to do any kind of extensive cuticle work right now. We're just going to clean them up, fill in the back part. So I'm pushing this back just gently. I also like to go down my side walls and push those just in case they're kind of growing up over the nail. I know mine always do that. Jandy's aren't as bad at doing that, but mine are pretty good at doing that. Push the skin back. Check the side. Just make sure her little skin is pushed back. And let's get this one. Another thing that will help you with your shaping is whenever you are pushing your cuticles back, take note of how straight or curved this back part is and your side walls. That way, if the straighter that you can get this area to work with, then just the better overall that your nail's going to look when you go to work on it. That'll help you too. Okay, we are on 9,000 RPMs, and I'm just going to prep this back area. I'm not really focusing on the cuticle. I'm focusing more so on removing that pink and buffing that little bit of nail growth that we've got going on. And anywhere that I see pink as I'm going along here, I'm just going to give it a little buff over. So that way we don't have any pink going on still from her last manicure. There we go. You even it out if you need to. This will be a fun little nail tutorial. I'm excited that we're doing it a couple different ways. So that way you guys can kind of choose which method that you like the look of and which method might be easier for you to do, whether you're in salon or you've got a little bit more time because you're working from home. You know, maybe you don't have clients back to back. That's usually my scenario. So I always prefer to kind of take my time. Unless I'm working on my speed. Just come across that nail, just kind of tickle it lightly. Even out anything if you feel like you need to. Get along this side. Okay. Jandy's, ooh, it's getting thin over there. Yes, it is. It's because it's new. Yeah, it's new growth. Alrighty. One more bit. I'm going to go in with my cuticle bit. We're going to get right up against that cuticle and down those side walls. And cuticle bit just looks like this. I get mine from Young Nails. I'm going to turn my e-file on 6,000 RPM. So we're just slowing it down. And we get a little bit more detailed each time. So I'm just going right up against that cuticle. And down the side walls. That's the only thing I'm focusing on. That, and if I see anywhere where the gel looks like it might be lifting, And you can tell if I come across them, I'll show you, but the gel will be like a white kind of color. And then you know, okay, it looks like it might be lifting here. So far, we're looking pretty good though. Okay. Can you guys see okay? Let me know if you need me to zoom in or anything. Okay, I found a little bit of lifting gel. It's just on the side, so I'll show you though as I get over there. Okay, let's see. Do you see how this is lighter, just right in here, right up against that skin? That gel is lifting, so we want to kick it off. Okay, over here it looks pretty good. All right, this one. Get up in these sidewalls, right up against that cuticle. Same over here. Go up her sidewall. All right, looking good, looking good. Okay, one more thing before I turn off my dust collector. I'm just gonna quickly shape them. Just kind of get a little general shape going. So I'm gonna come up this. I'm just really doing a 4-point filing. Let me get the tip, get this sidewall, and just kind of work my way around. Kind of get a shape that I like the look of. Okay, I like that. May come in a little bit more over here. Okay, let's get this one. I'm gonna hit the underneath part. It kind of gets the front of my nail just a little bit. Up against that side, get it straight, and then work your way around. I'm going to compare. Do you see how this one is much more rounded than this one? So I need to come in just a little bit. You want to focus on where that center of the nail is, so right down the center. And we're making each side match up. Hey, sugar. Okay, I'm liking this. We just get this just a wee bit. Okay, looking good. Let's get this one. Get this straight and then curve it in just a little bit. Okay, I can still actually come in just a hair over here. I want to keep my strength in there, so I'm focusing on that too. I don't want to bring it sometimes you try to get it more narrow on the sides, but sometimes you end up taking the free edge in a little bit too far. So I want to be real careful to keep that straight and then start, if I want it to come in just a little bit, kind of scoot down that free edge a little before I do that. That way I don't take away our strength. Something else to think about, this is just something that I've noticed as I started doing nails. I really like for these two nails to be a tad bit longer on most people. And when I say longer, I mean longer than, like if you're looking at them from underneath here. I like them to be a little bit longer than say like what you're seeing under here, or usually even the thumb. And I just like the look of that. I've noticed that a lot of at least my clients, their nail beds are not as long on these two fingers to begin with. So it makes the nail, to me, appear a little bit more narrow, gives it a little bit more length. If I keep those nails a tiny bit longer, it'll elongate looking, it'll make that nail bed look a little bit more long. This one's just a hair too long. And that's just something I noticed on myself and several of my clients. And I would notice after I would do their nails, I would be like, you know what? I should have made those two nails a little bit longer. I should have kept them longer instead of trying to get them even with the others. We just want them to look like they're, well, not twins. I don't want to say twins, but like they're all related, all family related, right? Okay, let's get this one on the side. Just bring it straight out and straight out. And then we're going to start turning it in just a hair. Find our center. So right about here. Sometimes the thumb is a little harder because it's not like straight on. Some people's thumbs kind of twist a little bit to one or the other side. And you got to kind of keep that in mind. So you might want to look at it from different angles. Like from this angle, I can tell we need to bring it in a hair right here. Bring this in a little bit. There you go. Okay. All right, so we've got the shape, the main shape of our nail. We've got her nails prepped and ready to go for her infill. Infill's going to go fast and easy. Okay, so next thing we want to do is clean off her nail plate. So I'm going to go in with my lint-free little napkin. I'll put some to the side as well. Get some swipe or alcohol, either one works. I'm going to use my Young Nail Swipe. And we're just going to get some on our towelette. And I'm going to clean her nail plate real good. Get all the dusties off of there. And as I'm going around her nail, I'm pushing back that cuticle, okay? So that way we just get it pushed back and ready to go to be clean and nice and as much room on that nail as possible, as much nail estate, right, as we can get.
Asking what colors are you using
Ooh,
today?
we're going to use several different colors, but we're doing some pool nails. And I put on my, I want to see what this is right back here. But I put pool nails, ocean nails, because we're going to do a couple different ways that you can do pool nails. So we're going to play with some different looks. But I felt like that would be fun to see which one you guys like best. And a couple different ways to do it in case you find one way a lot easier than another. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and get some protein bond on her nails. So I'm going to go in with my Young Nails Protein Bond. This works like so we've kind of dehydrated the nails with that swipe, and then this is going to work like our primer. And I'm going to start down the center of the nail and then get around by the skin. Center of the nail and then around by the skin. What was that music? Did you hear music? Oh, I heard some music playing in the background. How's y'all's week going? This gives me a second to kind of get caught up with you. We just got back from going to downtown Dallas. We went to the doctor's today. It was an easy doctor visit, but I tell you, sometimes going downtown is something else. And we had to go to it's like a whole complex. It's a big hospital downtown that I have to go to. And my doctor's offices are all over that place down there. So sometimes, like today, for example, I got a little turned around. So we ended up walking the streets for about 10 minutes to get to the doctor's office. I was not expecting to have to exercise like that. All right, I'm getting my Kazen out. This is in the apricot blossom, which is gorgeous, especially on Jandy. I feel like it looks really pretty. I'm also going to grab, just for myself, to wipe any sticky off. I've got some little baby wipes, and I'll just kind of keep this next to me over here. That way I can use it to wipe off any sticky I get on my nails or on my fingers. I'm going to get my gel brush, and I'm also going to get a fine little brush to even anything out. Okay, I'm going to zoom us in a little bit more. Alrighty. So first layer is going to be my slip layer. So I just need a tiny bit on my brush. And I'm going to put it on the whole nail. Not real thick, I'm just keeping it thin, but I want it everywhere. I want to put it everywhere that I want gel to go. Because what will happen is as I'm applying my gel bead and I get close to the skin areas, it will just naturally run to those areas wherever I've got this slip layer on. So I'm going to get, I'll get a little bit more than that. Show you. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit on my brush. I'm going to put it right back here at the back. Roll it around to kind of warm it up. Kind of slant her finger down just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to pillow that. I'm just gently touching my gel. Pillow it up by the nail. And start to work it down. And I just roll it from side to side, but I'm really staying on top of that barrel. If you guys can see, I'm not really going far over to the sides. And the reason being is because I normally keep those areas thin anyway, like over to the side and at the back of the nail. And that way it just gives me less that I'm going to have to work on shaping. The bulk of it I'm going to want right down this main part of the nail, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep it easy and keep it on that part. I'm going to get my fine brush, bring a tiny bit down to the side, just kind of run it through. Okay. And same over here. I'm just kind of pulling a little layer down the side. And then coming down the side and kind of around this front. If you see that there's an area that's like a little indented, which I see a tiny bit right in here, I'm just going to pull my product back a little bit more forth. A little bit more back. But I'm just going to use my fine brush to kind of work on that. I can still see a little area right in here where I want it to be a little bit more. Let's pull a little bit more back. I'm going to work this excess amount just around. There we go. Okay, nuke it, Jandy, just for like 10 seconds. So you're just going to play with it until it looks about as even as you can get it. We're still going to do some filing, so I'm not too worried about it being perfect. But the less worried that we have to do on the filing shaping part, the better. So Okay, let me see you.
Sugar said, have you ever seen the movie The Tomorrow War?
The Tomorrow War. No. What is that on? Is it somewhere I can watch it? The Tomorrow War. Is it on Netflix, I wonder?
It's on Prime.
Oh, it's on Prime. Okay. Is it good? I'll have to look for that. Okay. So I'm going to get a little bit more on my brush. Let me show you about how much I'm getting on my brush. About that much. Again, we're dropping it off. I'm probably going to grab a little bit more than that.
She's watching it right now.
Oh, you're watching it now? Ooh. Well, you'll have to let me know what you thought of it.
Post a poll? How do you...
Ooh, let's see. We're going to see if we can post a poll. What's the poll question?
On here.
Yeah, I should be able to post it. I don't think you
No,
can.
I can, but
Oh, you can?
I cannot, but you can.
Oh, okay.
So
What's our question? And I'll post. Getting a little bit more gel on my brush. Dropping it off right where the strength needs to be. Strength needs to start, I should say. And then working it down. As I get close to the free edge, when I get close to the free edge, I'm just going to pull a little bit down from the front. Just like that. And then I'm just going to get my brush and we're going to come in, pull a tiny bit to the sides, down the front. Bring it again down this little side. You don't need much on your sides.
oh, she wants the poll to be give us 2 choices of colors to choose from.
Ah, for the water nails? Okay. When I get the colors, I'll show you.
You're off.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm also using my lights to kind of look and see how even is my gel. Because if there's something I can straighten out at this point, that'd be easy to do. So, oh, I almost got a hair in our product. Okay, I feel like the tip right in here needs some help. So I'm just spending a little bit more time here at the tip. Okay, and the nuker jandy just for like 10 seconds. She's going in 10 seconds just to kind of get that curing going so it's not running anywhere. And then as she goes in and out, she'll be curing it 10 seconds for each finger. And then at the very end, we'll cure it the full time, which is our 60 seconds. And then everything will be cured. Okay, let me see you. All right. So let's put on our wet layer here. And I'm just kind of outlining exactly where I want my gel to flow around this back area. Get a little bit more on my brush.
Sugar says you should see the poll button inside the chat box.
Oh, okay. I'll look. Okay. All right. Now let me get our bigger dollop. And I'm starting off with a dollop about this size. I'm going to go ahead and get one more about that same size. So there we go.
Rob says hi.
Hey, J-Rob. All right, let's work it over here. Pillow it up here. And then we're going to pull it down. Just right on top of that barrel.
Says that's a beautiful color.
Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. I'll show you the bottle here in a second. It's so pretty. And I really love it. And it's very affordable too. But it levels real nicely. I need to get some more of these colors because I really like it. It's funny because I saw there was another girl who had created a YouTube um, and she was working with the same product. And she was saying that she felt like it was so underrated. And I thought, you know what? That's exactly how I feel about it too. So it's called Kazen and it is in the color 04 Apricot Blossom. It's a builder gel, but it's gorgeous. And I think I paid like for this huge pot that I have, it was $20, which, you know, I mean, a lot of the builder gels, I can pay $20 and it's just a little bottle, you know? So it's really a great deal.
J. Rob said that's super pretty. Are you top coating or gel polish on top?
We're gonna gel polish on top because we're gonna do pool nails. It is gorgeous and you do hate to cover it up, I will say, because I used this color this weekend and it's so pretty. And we also were gonna be covering it up. And whenever I finished, I was like, oh God, I hate to cover it up because it's so pretty. Okay, nuke for like 10 seconds, Jandy. And they have probably, I want to say they've got, of this product, they have got probably 20 shades at least. Beautiful, all of them. Especially I think this one was called, I can't remember what this collection was called, but it was like the garden collection, had like gardening names. All beautiful. I want that box. Okay, Jandy, you should be good. Okay.
J. Rob, I used Young Nails Hold My Baby Mani Petty at work today. It's very similar,
Oh,
just slightly darker.
okay. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. I'm kind of waiting to get the new colors. Hopefully, though, I can get them soon. We'll see. I keep I keep waiting. It's more just finances, you know. I feel like every month I'm like maybe this month I can afford it, and then nope. One of these months.
She says you need a strong lamp with, I guess, the Young Nails.
Okay.
But they're truly one coat coverage.
Oh, nice. Good to know. Thank you. Yeah, I can't wait to try them.
J. Rob said the Gotti lamp does amazing.
Okay. Yeah, Gotti does have a nice lamp. I need to get a new lamp. I've got one of my lamps is kind of giving out on me. I've got a hair wanting to get in there. Okay.
Does anybody here like duck nails?
I don't have any clients who have worn duck nails. So I haven't done them since like my schoolroom days, my class days.
J. Rob,
Oh no, I've got hairs. Okay, in the nuker.
Either, though.
I know that they wouldn't look good on me because not even square nails look good on me. So Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Like if I had them more flared than even a square, my nails would really look short and kind of pudgy. Okay, I'm going to get to clean my brush, and also I'm going to use it in a minute here anyway. I'm just going to get my little tablet. My little tablet from my little tile from Home Depot. Okay, let me see you, Jandy. All right, let's get your thumb. Get our wet layer. Get up here by this cuticle. I have picked up some fuzz from somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I'm hoping I don't get it in her gel.
J-Rob said soft almond is my signature shape.
Yes, I love soft almond. That's my favorite too. And it's funny too. I had several clients that when they very first came to me, they loved square or a soft squoval. And through doing their nails, I talked them into doing the almond. And now every time they're like, "Yeah, I want the almond." The soft almond. I'm like, "Yeah, it helps. Makes your nails look real pretty." Okay, I added a little bit more product. Pulling it down. As I get closer, I'm just pulling less and less as we get to the free edge. Then as I get to the end, I'm just going to kind of pull a little bit forward and then switch to my little bitty brush.
Maria says you can work an almond much easier.
Yeah, I agree. You know, and it's funny too, I'll tell you, I have heard of several nail techs that I've watched um, either on YouTube or on Instagram. And can you believe that several of them, they only do like a couple different shapes of nails. Like you don't get to choose whatever you want. It's like literally you either get a soft oval or you get a like a, not a squoval, or you get maybe like an almond shape. You know, they only offer you a couple. I kind of get it just because I do feel like everybody looks good in that nail shape. But at the same time, I kind of also like to have options. We've got a little bit of a dip in through here. So I'm just going to work with this until I feel like it's about as good as I can get it without just with what I've got here working. Okay, let me look. It gets a little squiggly right in through here. Huh?
Off to the side.
Oh, am I? Okay. Jandy has to put me in my place here. Just keep playing with that area until you feel like the gel is settling and you like where it is, which I'm fine with where it is at the moment. Okay, go ahead and cure that, Jandy. Okay, we're going to pack up our cause in. I need to clean my bottles. They're getting a little too sticky. Okay, I'm going to wipe my fingers off while she's in the nuker. She'll be in the nuker for another 40 seconds. We're going to get our colors out. And let me show you what I've got. Okay, so I have got this color, which is kind of a white and kind of a light baby blue. And this is Hang Pure's number 55. It's really pretty though. I think that'll go gorgeous. And I've got, this one is kind of a white. Well, it is pretty much like a white, like a milky. It's 006 and it's in Aura Pearl by Hang Pure. So we've got those two that we can choose from. And then as far as our blues, I want to use, I've got this really, really deep blue, a medium blue, and these are jellies. And I've also got kind of an aqua color, not an aqua, sorry, a teal color. And I think that this teal goes so pretty with these blues.
Sugar wants to try this brand so bad.
I love it, Sugar. I love it. Couldn't love it more. Okay, let's take a look at Jandy's nails. We'll just do the tiniest bit of shaping on them. Okay. I'm going to get some swipe on my little lint-free. Take off the tacky.
Bottles are so gorgeous.
They really are. I love the bottles. And I love that what you see on the front of that bottle matches exactly to the cat eye that you're going to get. And I love that about it. Because I love it when stuff matches exactly. That way I know exactly what I'm going to get whenever I grab it to use it on my client, you know?
Tammy P, late to the party.
Hey, Tammy P, how are you? You're okay. You're just in time for the nail art. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of reshape her nails just a bit. So I'm going to come down. We don't have to do too much shaping, though. Just a little bit.
R is loving the blue.
Me too. I'm just kind of lifting up over here on the side. I know that I don't have to remove too much on my side or back by the cuticle because we didn't add a whole lot. Lifting up over here. I'm going to work my file just gently around that cuticle. And then I want to come across the center. And then I'm just going to run it down the front. Get her kind of back in the frame here. And I can just kind of rotate that nail to see what I've got going on. And if I've got it where I want it. Which I can go a little thinner right in here. Okay. Let's get this guy. Straight down the sidewall. Straight down this sidewall. And you want to make sure you're hitting your parts back here. So not just on the free edge. We're hitting all of it.
Cozy Nails said her nails are beautiful.
Thank you. Aren't they? They are really pretty. I agree. Okay, let's compare these two guys. Okay, the free edge looks pretty good. I'll still look here in a minute. We'll look from her perspective. Let's bring up the side just a little bit so we get a nice angle.
How much would this job cost?
This would be, let me think. So I start my manicures at about $65, especially for her length. And let me go around this cuticle real quick. Okay, and then you get a free polish. So one of the polishes is already going to be included because that's already included in my fills or in my biob. And then each additional product that we grab would be $10. So we'd be looking at, let's see, 65, 75, 85, 95. So about $95 by the time we finish. There we go. Get back here in the center for you guys.
Triple R said, "Girls, spoil yourself and take care of your nails."
Yes. Okay, I'm liking this. I just need to round it off a little bit more. I don't want it as pointed as it is right now. Okay. All right, let's get this one. For me, filing or shaping has always been the hardest thing for me. And I think the main reason why is just because I don't have the best eyesight in the world. I think that causes me most of my problems. But it just kind of takes looking at it from multiple angles, making mistakes and working them out, having to figure out how to work them out. I feel like one of the biggest things that helped me was when I started not putting as much product on the nail, because it just gave me less to have to figure out, or if like laying it down in a way that um, made it easier for myself, if it's not totally going crazy by the time I get to the shaping, then if I don't have as much to do, then that's good. Okay, I'm just rotating my file around as I need to. Get right back in there. Okay, just a little bit better. Okay, let's compare to these two. All right, I'm liking the shape. We're not quite there yet, but
This side a little.
okay. Jandy's trying to keep me in the center here. We'll get it eventually. All righty. Let's come down the sides. I know I want to take this tip in at the tip just a wee bit because it got a little bulky. There we go. Now let's lift up on the side and just kind of start creating that curve that kind of barrels around that nail. You want to be gentle back here by the skin. The better you can see this area, the more gentle you can be. So just try to protect it with your fingers, which I'm still working on. Plus, it doesn't help, again, that my eyesight is not the best at this particular stage of my age here. Okay, let's come down the front. And I'm just going to, if you'll relax your finger, there you go. I'm just going to roll her finger kind of from side to side and taking little breaks to look at it. Alrighty. Looks good. On to the last. Okay, there we go.
What is the thickness of the nail edge? Is it possible
Oh, yeah.
to see it?
I will absolutely show you because we're going to get underneath the nail too to thin it out even more, and you'll get to see. Now, what's at the tip is not going to necessarily be the thickness at different points of the nail. Just like if I were to clip her nail like off right here, let's say if I clipped it here, it would be thicker as we kind of worked our way through that apex. Does that make sense? I feel like it probably does. Okay, feel relaxed your hand. Jandy's got tension, so it's giving me tension. I'm kind of like fighting her thumb a little bit. Okay, let's.
Mary said, "Nice job."
Thank you, Mary. Get a hold of her thumb.
Off screen.
There we go. Get that angle in there. Okay, relax, Shandy. There we go. I'm going to get back here by her cuticle. Okay, relax. I'm trying to tuck your, there we go. The better control I have over her thumb, the better I'll be able to shape here. Okay, I'm just going to kind of point it down, and we're going to work on that shape again from this way. And we're just thinning out the tip, and I am evening it up with her apex area down the middle of the nail. And then to see how straight we are, I'm also going to look at her nail this way. And I'm looking at the free edge. And let me see if we can, I want to come over this way just a hair. I like to look at it from different angles. So, and that's just Jandy's nail kind of doesn't come straight out. It just kind of twists just a little bit. So I like to look at it from different angles. Okay, looking good, Jandy. All right, let's get you cleaned up. I'm going to dust her off. Let me pick this up here, get this out the way for a sec. All right, I'm going to put my brush up. That probably has a little bit of dust on it, so I just want to clean off my brush, get it back in the shape that I want it for the next time I need to use it. All right. And then I'm going to get a little towelette again so we can clean her up, make sure there's no dust on her as we get into our nail art. Let's see, get you back in the center here. Need a little bit more. Okay. Relax. There you go. She's very tense today on her thumb. Get up in these little corners. Once again, as you go around and you're just kind of wiping that off, I am also pushing that cuticle back. Relax. Pushing that cuticle back up and out of the way. Alrighty. Get any dust that has collected. There. There we go. All right. So we're going to do these a little bit differently. I think I'm going to use my white one to start out. We're going to add a layer of cat eye. It's going to be this white one that is 006. Okay. Are you guys close enough zoomed in? Or should I zoom you in some more? Let me know. I'm going to twist her finger, get over here down the side. All right. Let's get our magnet. What should I do with my magnet? Hang on, I may have left my magnet. No, here, I've got some magnets. I haven't used these magnets, actually. We'll use these. Okay, let's see what I've got. There we go. Okay, I'm going to use this one. It's a new one for me, so I'll just kind of hold it right over the top.
Triple R, so zoom a little more.
Okay, zoom in a little bit more. All right. There we go. That looks really pretty. It's very eerie. Okay, since I've got this one done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to skip a finger and do her ring finger and this cat eye. That way it'll give us a couple different looks. And this one is, let me tell you what the number is on it. It's got a little bit more silver in it. Let's come down this side. Down this side. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker just to make sure that we get some good movement with our cat eye. Okay. All right, let's just put this directly over the top. Unfortunately, you're not really seeing it shift, but I'll show you. There we go. Let me try a different magnet too, because these are new magnets for me. I'm not sure exactly how good they work. Let's see. I feel like there was one over here that I'm missing. We're going to try this though. Let's see. Let's see if this one makes any difference. I'm not really seeing it move, so I think we got it pretty good. I did hit this one though. Let's do this one again.
Stay in the middle.
Okay, here we go. Did that do anything?
Sugar said zoom out just a little bit.
Okay.
Just there.
Is that good? I think I'm going to go back to this magnet.
Perfect.
All right, good. Okay, let me get this one. Okay, Jandy, in the nuker for me. Okay, now I've got all these magnets getting stuck to one another. All right. So how about we do...
What magnet is that?
Actually, I got all of these magnets on Shein. So I got this little one, this little gray one. It's got the circle on one end and just the regular magnet on the other. And then I got this one from Shein, which I really wouldn't recommend. I don't feel like any of these magnets are great, but it was supposed to create like a V shape. And this one's supposed to do your little, like more of like your aura. This one's supposed to kind of do down each side. This one is kind of your main one that just makes the line straight down. And then they had this T one, which I'm not real sure exactly what this does because it really doesn't work. So I couldn't tell you. And then we had the little flower one. It also doesn't work real well. So that was kind of a, not a great buy. And then they gave me this one, which also I kind of couldn't recommend. I don't even know exactly where the magnet is in there. So I would either recommend one just like this, or Madame Glam has a great bar magnet. I've also heard Cocoist has a real good magnet. The other one from Shein that I bought that I also feel like doesn't do a great job is this little spinny one. You're supposed to be able to put your finger in through this hole, kind of like this, and then you'd go around and around and around. The magnet is going around in there, and it's supposed to create like an aura in the center of the nail. I didn't find that that worked really well. So,
Refrigerator magnet.
yeah, I've got that in my drawer. I'll grab that here too in a minute. Okay, I'm going to kind of mix in this part. So I'm going to, well, actually first we're going to put down our blue. So I'm going to use, hang on, I'm making a mess with myself. All right. Let's use kind of our medium blue. And this is our jelly. I'm just going to come down half the nail.
There's not seeing the cat eye.
Oh, you're not seeing the cat eye. Okay. Hang on.
Is that a cat eye? Sugar
It is,
Husband.
yeah, it's cat eye. Let me show you. I'll show you. I'm going to show you here in a minute. Let me get this just kind of fixed a little bit here, and then I'm going to show you. Yeah, it cat-eyed. It's kind of a, what would I call it? The cat eye is a little bit of like a velvet cat eye. So it probably doesn't have as much of a shift change that you can see as the other one does.
Is it a pearl cat eye?
Yes, it's a pearl cat eye. Exactly. Okay, so I'm kind of mixing my blues on this one. And then on top of this one, I also want to mix my blues, but I'm going to go in with my dark blue. I think this will look so cute with her fish nails on the other hand. I'm going to try to come kind of straight down and then make sure I get it as close to my sidewalls as I can without making a mess. There we go.
Laura wants to start a YouTube channel. Is it difficult?
Not at all. It's real easy. Okay, I'm going to go in with my, because you can actually even start it from the channel that you're on, you know, from the account that you have.
Lexi said that's pretty.
Isn't it gorgeous? I
Sugar
love it.
says yes, if it's a pearl cat eye, and depending on its application and the brand will depend on if the particles are seen as vividly as most.
Yes, yes. This one is not. I can tell you that. I'll show you the how it looks here in a second. I'll show you what I'll let you watch it shift. But I don't feel like it has ever given me like as much of a shift as I can see happen on some of the other cat eyes that I have. Not because it's not, you know, a good cat eye. That's not, I don't think that's it at all. I think it's because it's the pearl effect. Because see, this is the cat eye. That's what this one looks like. So it's just real velvety. And then there is the one that I used on this finger, which is this one. So this one you can see all the little glitters in there. The magnetic glitters. Okay, Jandy, you're going to go in the nuker with that. And I'm going to grab a milky white. Let's see. Let me see. My milky white I thought was right here, but I think it's in my drawer. One sec. Oh, no, I've got it here. Okay, good.
So that's more of a sparkle cat eye instead of the regular.
Yes, yes. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of milky right here on my palette. And this is Young Nails. And it is their manicure with keratin. All right, so we've got a little bit of that. I'm also going to add a little bit of top coat. I say that. Let me find my top coat. Here we go. This is my soap gel top coat. Just kind of half and half. Gonna mix these two together. There we go. And I'll just use my brush that is in my milky white. Okay, let me get my brush. All right, Jandy, you can come on out. Okay, let's put some milky white on these nails. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of brush off what I've got on my brush. There we go. Dip into my mixture, my half and half. And we're going to paint this on. And I don't need a ton on the sides. I'm just really keeping it right up on top and then putting a little bit on my side. Okay, so you kind of make it a little foggy. Okay, let's just set that right there. Then I'm going to go in with my top coat with just a top coat, or you can use blooming gel. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to use my top coat. I was looking to see if I had my blooming gel too, but I don't have it handy. All right, top coat. Let's just put a little bit of top coat just right here on my palette so it's easy to grab. I'm going to get my dotting tool. Okay. We're going to dip into that top coat and make some little dots. This will make that milky kind of spread out like a blooming gel would.
Ours is looking really good.
Yeah, I need a little bit more of this top coat. A little bit more top coat on here.
That's awesome.
It does look really pretty, doesn't it? All right. Let's put a bigger little dollop there. And there. Wonder what I did with my blooming gel. There it goes. It's start to. Can you guys see that it's starting to kind of run and open up? Open up that milky that we put on it. Yeah, there it goes. So it starts to open it up and spread it out a little bit. I think I'm going to just take just on the tip here and just do a bigger little dollop. There we go. Let's do a bigger dollop over here, here, and maybe right there. There we go. Looks pretty. It's very, very light, but I like it so far. Looks real pretty. Okay, while that one's doing its thing, I'm going to come back. We're going to do this one. And let's mix this up again. We're going to do this one very similar to that one. So this one is really just different in the sense that we're using different colors and a different cat eye underneath, of course. All right. Let me clean up this back just a hair. They do?
One person.
Okay, let me get our top coat again. And I'm just going to try to dot it like this, since I feel like maybe this worked better. Dot, dot, dot. Go back in. Dot, dot. Okay, we're going to let that kind of do its thing and run a little bit. I'm liking this one. Did it run too much? I feel like it might have ran too much.
Well, okay, there's a couple of things. Will the coating be bumpy from this design or not?
No, it's going to be smooth.
So
Now, what you might have to do if it starts running, you might have to just kind of come down the sides with the stick. Just make sure that you keep it nice and in shape. I like this one a lot. I'm going to go back and do the other one just because I think I want to add a little bit more milky. And also, it ran on me.
So
Okay.
you said you're really good at doing it. You should show us how to do acrylic.
Oh, ooh. I'm not very good at acrylic, I feel like.
Where did
But I
you
do
get the
do
dotting
acrylic.
tool?
Huh?
Where did you get the dotting tool?
The dotting tool I just got off Shein. Just from Shein. Okay, let's get some more of this milky back on here. But thank you, though. I do have me working with acrylic on my channel, too. I've got some videos. And you'll see I'm not very good with my acrylics. But I do practice with them. But I mainly use gel on my clients. Just because I feel like I'm better at it. Okay, let's Let's use this one again. Do some more dots. Splotch it out. And then watch it run. It's really pretty though. Just make sure we're not running crazy, and we're not. We're doing good. Oh, I like that. Okay. I'm going to zap it.
So people would like to see acrylic.
Oh, really?
Sugar said you're also
Wow.
hard gel and builder.
Yes. Sugar does great with acrylics, too. She's a real good. All right, let's get, I think I want to go right back here on that cuticle area and put down a little bit more color. So I'm going to get my little fine liner and dip into this medium blue that we've got going on. And I'm just going to line very back. Make sure I get that straight. I want a little bit more. I got a little bit too much. Okay. Whoop.
Lexi said, did you make up that nail art or look it up?
I looked them up. I looked them up. I kind of looked them up. I got several different techniques that we're going to do. This is just one of the techniques. But yeah, I kind of looked and I liked several of them. So I thought, yeah, we'll do several. There we go. Okay, and the nuker Jandy? We've got one more step. Let me get what we need. Where are you? Let me find what we need here. I know it should be right in here. I need some foils to do a transfer. Let's see, what did I do with you foils? Let's see if this is it. Okay, here we go. All right, we're going to put down a little bit of a hollow sheen to it. Jandy's going to go grab a quick drink, and we're going to get this ready. Okay. Let's get our transfer gel. Okay, where's my transfer gel? Should be right up here. Okay. Let me look. One other place for my transfer gel. I should have it right here. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. I knew it. I was like, I knew it should be right here. This is what we're going to use for our next nail art. It's the transfer gel. All right, so let's get the stuff. Jandy, whenever you're ready. Okay, here she comes. Okay. All right, so we've got this going on so far, which I like. I really like the look of. We haven't top coated them yet, but I want to go ahead and move on to this nail, and let's do a background of the green, or the not green, the aqua. I keep calling it aqua. Teal. Get it right. I'm gonna go right up by the cuticle, as close as we can. Bring it down that sidewall. Again, up by the cuticle. Jandy moves a lot on me too. Okay. I can get a little closer to my cuticle, so I'm going to do that now.
J. Rob said he almost quit school, but they let me Zoom my practical hours at home.
Oh my
while
gosh,
they did
awesome,
acrylic.
J-Rob.
Someone watched me on camera to make sure I did my hours.
Yes. I had to do the same thing in school, like towards the end of my school. So, because I have lupus, and I am allergic to light. A lot of times it kind of comes and goes depending on how bad it can be. But I was having issues with light, and I got to where I wasn't able to go into the salon because it was so bad. But luckily, they let me also kind of take a break from it, so I was glad. And I got to just do it from home and finish up. All right, so I put down all of the kind of green color, the bluish green, and then I want to go in with more of a white. So I'm going to go with this white. It's a little bit stronger of a white. I'm going to mix. Watch out! You almost put your fingers in. She almost got her fingers in the stuff. All right, let's see. Do you need to wipe with a little thing, Jandy? Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of top coat. Again, kind of half and half.
Timmy P said I was going to get my license, but was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh, yeah.
And the cost of school wouldn't be able to make the money back before, so I'm not able to use my hands. So I continue to love doing my nails and family.
Good, good. Yeah, I know. It's such a mess. I hate being sick and having problems. It really is hard. I mean, that's why I can't work in a salon. Like, I can only work from home because I can control my light and where my light is touching. And if I'm having a really bad day, I can say, or a really bad week of it, I can say, okay, this is not the week that I need to be doing nails. Okay. So we don't want to put this on perfect. We kind of want it a little splotchy.
Why do you move the light around?
Oh, because I have what's called photosensitivity. So I'm allergic to light. And depending on how bad my lupus is acting up, I may or may not be, like, depends on how much light I can have. Like at my desk here, you guys see light. This light is only on like directly over my hands. And my hands are not as sensitive as, say, my forearms or my face or my neck, things like that. So I can have a little bit more light exposed to my hands. Now, there are days when I can't because sometimes it's real bad. And on those days, I either don't do nails at all or I can just limit the amount of light coming through on me. Okay, let's let that run. See what we get. I know it's kind of confusing.
What base coat is that?
Oh, this is that what I just put on is actually just a top coat. If I don't get the movement I want, I'll put on, and I'm kind of not getting it right now because I would like to see more, like it spread out a little bit more, and I'm not seeing it. Which I think my polish was probably too you know how I did like half and half, top coat and white. I bet you I didn't have enough. So what I can do, let me get my alcohol. I'm just going to pour a little bit of alcohol on the palette here. Dip into my alcohol. Let's try to spread it out this way because you can do that too. If this doesn't work, then we're going to wipe it off. I'm going to mix up some new white, which it looks like we might not be getting it very good. Let me see. Pour. I'm going to try to do a drop. There we go. Let's see. No, that white's too thick. Okay, wiping it off. We're going to go back at it. I think I'm going to use that milky white again that we used a second ago. So let's put on my little palette again that milky white. So a little bit of milky white and a little bit of top. Half and half. That should be half and half. Stir them around. And then we can go in with our brush. Let's pick up our product. Put it on top of the jelly. See, now I feel like there's, again, I feel like there's a little bit too much top and not enough. Hang on. I'm just going to put a little bit up here. Dip into the mixture that has my top coat on it. Spread the milky out on the nail. Okay, let me kind of clean up my little brush. And then we're going to go on top and make our little dollops just with our top coat. And I'm using my soap gel top coat.
Why are they so thick? Don't know
Uh,
what they mean.
yeah, they're not thick.
No.
They might look thick to you. We haven't thinned them out on the bottom if that's what you're thinking. Okay, let that run. Yeah, we'll thin them out at the end and clean up for skin. Okay, I'm just going to run this, make sure I don't have any. Okay, I like that. Okay, in the nuker, Jandy. Okay, let's get a little bit of our transfer foil. And I don't know which side is our transfer foil, so we're going to have to kind of guess. I'm not sure which side. Get my little scissors. Cut some of this off. I always feel like using my transfer foils is always kind of a shot in the dark on what we're going to get, how good we're going to get it. All right. I'm going to clean this off just a little bit. And to do that, I'm going to use a little bit of alcohol and a wipey. Put a little bit on here. You don't want to douse it, but enough to clean it. I doused it. All right. I'm just going to kind of dry it off a little bit. Pick this up. Just going to kind of real easily, lightly clean it off. Okay, let me see you, Jandy.
Triple R loves nail charms.
Oh, you do. You love the nail charms. They're a lot of fun. All right, on this nail, I'm going to go in with my transfer gel, which is by Raya. And she is going to get a layer of this, not a real thick layer, even though it looks like we're going to put on a thick layer. We're not. Okay. Let me make sure I wipe some of this off because it likes to get on there thick. Okay. There we go. You'll go in the nuker, Jandy, for 20 seconds. No more than 20 seconds. And let's hope that I select the right side of my little transfer foil. I really can't tell which side, so I'm gonna assume it's this one. Wait, let's see, it's rolling this way, so I wonder if I go this way. We're gonna try this way first. Okay, I'm just gonna put that down and press it down. I like it to have little crinkles in it anyway, so, well, not on all my transfers, but.
Jelly Bean said, how long have you been doing nails?
I've been doing nails for 2 years on my own, 3 years total, but that was including nail school. Okay, we're going to take this off and see how it is transferring. If it's transferring. Yes, it did. So can you see that? It just adds that extra little oomph on it, which I really like. It's very, very pretty. Let's go ahead and I want to go ahead and get a top coat on these guys.
Denise Gonzalez. I love your channel.
Hey, Denise, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get a top coat on this guy.
River. You girl River. Your girl River.
Hey, you girl River. Or your girl River.
Chili Bean said, are you licensed?
Yes, I am licensed in the state of Texas. I like this effect we're getting, though. On all of them so far, I like. I think, let me see. Once we top coat, I'm going to see if there's one that's my favorite so far. All right, let's do this one. Okay, Jandy, in the nuker, and you'll go in there for just like 30 seconds. On the next nail, I do want to start with the white. I'm going to actually start with the white as my background color.
Kilos said they look amazing already.
Thank you so much. Okay, she's going in. She's got 10 more seconds left. It's kind of fun doing them different, you know? I know most people, when they do their pull nails, they do them all the same, like the same technique, but I kind of like mixing it up. Okay, let me see you. All right. Yeah, it's fun. I like it. It gives a good look, too, on the hand. It looks good with them all being a little different. These two, the last two, I'm going to do white on the bottom. So I'm using my Madam Glam Bold. And this is just straight up polish, so I didn't mix it with top coat or anything this time. Just straight up. Get as close to the cuticle as we can, and then bring it down.
Oh, we're off screen.
Oh, is that better, guys? I think our screens look different. I think my screen looks different from y'all's screen. Okay, let me do this one, Jandy. This one's going to be the same as the thumb. Okay, so I'm going to go white first.
Reginald said those are so pretty.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun. I think especially for the summertime. And she's got fish on her other hand, so I'll show you her fish here in a second, but I think it goes great with the ocean or pool nails. Looks real cute together. And those were also done with a lot of the same jellies that we used here. Okay, and the Nucra Jandy for 30 seconds. We used a lot of the same colors. Let me see your fish hand, Jandy. So here's her little fish hand.
It's dry, so calm down on the cuticles.
Yeah, let me go ahead while we're sitting here and her hand is in the oven over there. In the light, I should say. Here, I'll back us up a hair. And let me do your cuticles. We didn't touch this hand today, but I'll get you, Jandy. Let's get it rubbed in. They're so cute, though. I especially love the eyes. Relax. There you go. So cute. But I think with our pool nails today, I think it's going to look real pretty. They'll match really well. Not match, 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 you know, but matches and go together. Okay. Let me see your other hand, Jandy. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, see, they're going together real nice. Ooh, I love it. Very fun. Okay. This one, I feel like we've got a little bit of a dip right in through here, but don't worry, we're going to fix it. It was probably because of, if I had to guess, I would say it's probably because of the transfer gel, because it can go on thick. All right, let's do this. Let's do Let me grab it real quick. I'm going to do a splotch of, which one do I want to use? I think I'm going to do a splotch of this kind of medium blue. Splotch. And a splotch of our top coat.
Kristen.
Hey, Kristen.
I have a little sister and she wants her nails done with gel polish, but she's not allowed to have polish. Do you have any good ideas?
I would do, there's so many great regular polishes out there, and you can do cat eye with it and everything. I have several clients that just do, let me grab another little dollop of this. I have a lot of clients that just do regular polish, but we can do cat eye and everything with them. So that would be my recommendation. Okay, so I've got it a little, if you can tell, I've kind of got it, it's not perfect, right? The color is a little runny. I mean, it's supposed to be. I'm doing that on purpose. Let me go ahead and get our blooming gel this time. I'm going to use my blooming gel to make our little dots. And I'm just going to use my brush. Let's boop, boop. And these are going to be a little bit bigger. Boy, that one ran. Okay, let's wipe it. There we go. Ooh, that's so pretty. I love it. Ooh, that might be my favorite one. I didn't think it was going to be my favorite one, but I think it might be. I like it just like that. Okay, I'm just going to cure that in place. All right, so that way it doesn't run anywhere, and I'm going to do her thumb. So again, I'm going to go on with a little dollop of that light blue, or the medium blue, I should say. And a little dollop, well, bigger dollop than that, of our top coat. Brush it on.
Your said that looks like an ocean wave.
Doesn't it? It's so pretty. I love it. Okay, I think that's about where I want it, just like that. Then let me, before I put this back in my top coat bottle, let me wipe off this blue so I don't turn my top coat.
Laura says, yeah, it's a good blue.
It is nice, huh? It is. I'll tell you what the blues are here in 1 second. I'll tell you. Let me get my blooming gel. I feel like my blooming gel made kind of better bubbles than my top coat. One more there. And one there. One here. Oh, I like it. It's very pretty. I like the white underneath a lot. Okay, I'm going to freeze it. Okay, I'm going to come back over here to this nail that has the little dip right there. I want to go on with a little bit of Build Pink, and then we'll just add another top coat because I really want to fill in this dip. So I'm just going where that dip is. And kind of filling it. Once I get it filled, we're going to reshape it here in a second too. So get that up there. I don't want too much because I want to be able to shape it easily. Okay, Dandy Nuke. All right, that'll just fill in that little bitty dip that I'm sure it was the transfer gel that created that because it's pretty thick. All right, let's get this on here. I'm going to close up while she's in there nuking her finger for 60 seconds.
Serenity, what color is that blue specifically?
Yes, let me tell you. Thank you for reminding me. So that medium blue that we used is this one right here. It's by Valentino or V Beauty Pure. It's number 122. The darkest blue that we used was this one, also by Valentino, and it's number 125. And I think I got both of these in Noodles collection, which she's got great colors in her collection on Valentino's website or V Beauty Pure's website. And then my greenish blue that I used, my teal, is called Tropic Light from a Prey. And it's really pretty too. Tropic Light or J09. Yeah, they're great jellies. I love all those. A Prey though also has beautiful jellies. But sometimes if if I just need a cheap jelly for like maybe one look that I'm doing and it's not a jelly that I'm going to use a lot, then I'm fine grabbing the Creations brand. I think theirs also work really nicely and they're super duper affordable. Okay, we want to file this nail. We've already got our top coat on these two. I do want to put a top coat on the other two before we get going down the road here too much. Let me see, where is my... I don't know how things get away from me so easily. Here's my top coat. Okay, let me get you. Oh, I love that. These might be my favorite with the white underneath. I feel like they're not as, they're more simple, but I really, really like them. Whoop, let me get this out the way so I don't just keep getting myself, this is why I get so much gel on my hands as I work. I'm so messy. Okay, let's get this one. Okay. We're going to take a pull at the end. You guys are going to tell me what your favorite one is. The cat eye ones, or the ones with the white underneath, or the ones where we used our transfer foil. And I'll go back through and tell you which ones those are. Okay, I want to just kind of secure the top coat in place so it doesn't run. Do the same over here on this one. Okay, let me look. This one I need to file before we do anything to it top coat wise. And I really just need to kind of hit it. I can hit it a little bit on the body part too, because we had a top coat on the very, very top anyway. So that'd be all I'm taking down if I feel like I need to. And I'm just kind of protecting the dust from going onto the ones that we just put the top coat on. Okay, let's bring this down. Thickness wise, I'm really kind of fine because we're going to go underneath the nail and take it down that way too. But I do want a nice smooth shape on top here. Okay, Jandy, go under the light for me for just like 30 more seconds. While she's going under the light for 30 seconds, I think I'm going to go ahead and let me get my little sanding band on once more. We're going to go around with the sanding band just on that one nail that we're working on. The one we got to file down just a little bit. I just want to make it smoother. Okay, let me see you. Okay. All right, I just want to make it smoother really right through this part. So I'm going to do that. Okay, let's get this cleaned off. Get my little napkin, get a little lint-free towelette again.
Said it's cool ASMR.
Isn't it? I know. You can relax. You can relax. I do listen to nail content that's like ASMR. I love it. Oh, I like how this is turning out. It's very different. Okay. I do want to fill it. Okay. Let's do a little bit of our protein bond, just so that way if there's any kind of scratches that we made, it'll just kind of naturally fix those. I like what it's doing though. Oh, it looks really cool, especially right in here. Do you see that? The center? How it did? I like it. So pretty. Okay, let's do top coat. Oh, I like the way that looks. Y'all, that looks like a gemstone, to be really honest with you. It's pretty. Okay, and the nuker. I love how that's coming out. Gosh, that's gorgeous. I'm not really sure how it got that. I don't know if it was partly from us using the holographic kind of foil that's also helping give that look, but it looks like somehow in the very center of the nail, by using the Build Pink, and I think also that holographic foil, it's given it kind of a gemstone effect. Looks really cool. It's like a glassy gemstone effect, especially right in the center of that design. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch my bits. We're going to get underneath that nail. To get underneath the nail, I've got this little triangular kind of shaped bit, little cone kind of bit. I like using this on the underside. Okay, Jandy, whenever you're ready. All right. I'm going to put it on 6,000 RPMs. I'm going to turn her hand over, and we're just going to make sure that we've got this nice and thin. Sometimes I started out at about 6,000 RPMs. If I feel like it's going too slow, then I'll just turn it up. So I just turned it up to about 11,000 RPMs. And then I'm just going to lean into this and get our shape in here. Let me get where I can, let me get my little brush where I can kind of clean this out as we go. Oh, I took my brush with me this weekend. Here, we'll just kind of dust it. No, not that brush. It was a different brush. There we go. We're making some progress now. All right. Oh, oh, I got her a little bit. Well, I didn't get her, but it just kind of burnt. Did it get hot? Yeah, it got hot. Scared me too, Jandy. I'm just on the tip, so it shouldn't hurt. But if it gets hot, then I might have been too close. She scared me. We had a little ways to go because her nails grow downwards just a little bit. And I like to make sure I lift them up. So that's why we're getting a little bit more on the underside. Okay, let's get this one. This one doesn't have as much. Sorry, I scared you. Jandy scares easily though with the nail file too. I mean with the e-file. Okay, relax. Oh, there you go. Wait, I need to get under. Okay. There you go. I'm just kind of focusing mainly on the dip part. And then I'll go up here and get closer on the sides. And then evening it out and making sure it's nice and smooth underneath. Okay.
Hey.
Oh, goodness. The dogs hurt the neighbor's dog. Start up.
Hey.
Okay.
No more.
All righty. Y'all got them.
Edith, get out of the window.
All right. We're getting there. Okay, let me get your thumb. Go this way. Hopefully I was in the shot, you guys. Was I in the shot? Okay. I was going to say, because I started, after you got worried, I started getting worried, and then I started staying, just looking at your thumb. Or not your thumb, your fingers. I wish I had my little brush. The other bit, though, that I like, let me show you the other, well, now I need to just stay with this one, but I have another cone-shaped bit that I like too. It's not as pointed at the tip. It's by Melody Susie. I'll show you guys here in a second after I get this nail a little thinner. Okay, let me show you. Hang on. I feel like this one does a little bit a good job too. I don't know if it's better or, but see, it's very similar shaped. It's cone shaped and it's ceramic and it works pretty good too. Let me just get it on here. I'll show you. I'm going to put my e-file at 9,000 RPMs. It doesn't go, like you can't get it up underneath the skin as well, but I feel like it gets bulk faster. So if you don't have to go far up underneath that nail, like by the skin, then this is a real good bit too. I'm just kind of feeling to see how thick and how thin we are. Can go a little bit more. Let me just zap real quick. Because this one gets a little bit more bulk. Okay, back over this way. All right, let's get you cleaned up. Get you kind of your finished shape here. Let's see your nails. All right, let's do our finished shape. Once we get the top coat on. Okay, I like that. All right, I'm going to get underneath and just kind of lift up just a little bit. there. Okay, this one. This one didn't lose its shape really at all. Looks real good. Okay. This one, we got a little, let's see. Lift this up a little tiny bit. This one. Okay. Get our shape back in here a little bit better again. Okay, keep it roundish though. I kind of want that oval shape. Okay. Okay, done. Let me get it over here on this side. It needs to be lifted up just a hair on the side where I was telling you guys it kind of twists a little bit, her finger. Okay. Now let's get our shape in here. Okay, relax. I'm all relaxed. Okay, let me look at it sideways. Because on her, I can see better sideways on that nail. Okay, let's look at these guys. Okay, I want to shape this just a little bit better. Okay. This one looks pretty good. I'm just going to bring it in just a hair over here. Round that off. Okay. This one. Oh, I like that. Okay. All right. Ah, this one we need to work on just a little bit. This is where you really get to see from her angle, and you're just kind of marrying up the two angles. You're kind of marrying up her angle and your angle. Like your angle this way, her angle this way. And you're marrying up those looks. I like the way that looks. Okay, let me show you guys how thin they are underneath. Let me just go one more little go round at the tip. Make sure our sides are even. Looking good. Okay, so thickness wise, it's going to look like about like this. Now Jandy's are going to be a little bit thicker because she uses her nails a little bit more than like I do. Like, see how thin mine are in comparison? Well, mine are very short too. Hers are very long. But she also uses her hands to do a lot of stuff around the yard. She does a lot of yard work, and she uses her hands as tools. You know how we're not supposed to do that. Well, she likes to do that and kind of has to do that. All right, let me get her cleaned up. But they're still going to look thin. They're not going to look real thick or anything. Okay, let's get all this dust. Get you clean back up, Jandy. I'll look and see if there's anywhere that I want to get her skin, but I don't think it's too bad. I think I might just put some cuticle oil on it this go round and let her just kind of sit this week in some cuticle oil on and off. I try not to, if her skin kind of looks like it's having a hard time, I don't want to aggravate it anymore. Okay, let me see. Oh, I like that. Pretty pretty. Okay, let's get some oil back in these hands.
He's the masses.
Yes. Okay. Let me get my own dust off before I try to rub this in on her. Otherwise, I'll mix my dust in with hers. Okay. Oh, and if you guys enjoy this kind of content, remember to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit the like button, share with a friend. And we're going to do a poll here. Let me put the poll in, get the poll started, and then I'm going to show you which ones are which. Okay. Ooh, those are so pretty. I love them. Okay, let me show you guys. Let me get the poll going. Let's see. I need to, hang on one sec. Okay, she said in the chat. Let's see how I can do this.
Like if you push the, like if you were going to make a comment.
Oh, I see. Okay, here we go. Input time. You know what? It's not giving me the option to do a poll. I wonder why. Let me see if it is here. Here we go. Okay. Which pool art look do you like best? Okay. Option one, option one is going to be our, let's see, option one, we did these two nails, and it was, let's call it the Bi jelly, because we got two jellies, okay? Bi jelly color with cat eye underneath. Oh, I'm just going to put with cat eye because it doesn't like, I'm trying to type too much. Okay. Number two was the middle nail, and this one was the one that we did our foil. So I'm going to do foil transfer and add an option. I'm going to do number three. Oh, y'all, I'm so slow. Okay, number three. We're going to say it's this one, so white on bottom and the thumb. Let me show you guys. So these, white on bottom. Okay, poll's going in. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, Jandy, let's see your hand again so they can vote. And Jandy, you vote. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys. Okay, so these two are the bicolored with,
Bi jelly color with cat eye.
yes, bi jelly color with cat eye. This one was the foil transfer that we used. That's pretty too. And then this one is our white on the bottom with, yeah, white on the bottom, basically. I think is what I put. They're so pretty. What do you think, Jandy? What do you guys think? Are you voting? Is everybody voting? So far, the bicolored jelly cat and cat eye is winning. Oh, I'm curious to see what happens. I've never done a poll during a live. This is fun. I like that. Do you guys see how it gave like this one is my second favorite one because it left like this little gemstone look right here. I love that.
Tomorrow.
I know, right? All right. Let's see what we got. All right, the winner is the bicolored jelly. So these two with the cat eye underneath, and it is really pretty. I like it. All right, Jandy, what do you think? You love it? You like all of that? Sure, I do too. Those look so cute together. Look, the fish with the water. Oh, I love it. Fish with the ocean. Very pretty. Very cool. I like that. I'm gonna have fun watching her do her things around here and watching it move. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you get something out of this video instead of just enjoying it. But if you just enjoy it, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you being here. You make the channel what it is. I know you could be anywhere on YouTube, and I love that you come here and spend some time with me and that you appreciate what I'm doing. Thank you so, so much. And we will see you very soon. We'll be back this Thursday at 4:30 Central Standard Time, and we will do some more nails. How about that? All right, guys, I will see you soon.